What's up, everyone? We are back where it started. We are back at the tire rack. So this is where we started the season at. This is the last event here. As you guys saw through the progression of the videos, we did a lot of upgrades to the Mustang. As you can see, I have the trailer behind me. We did trailer it. We have a few new things. We have the new tires. I put some RT 660s in the rear, 305/30 19s. A little bit used from a buddy, but those are gonna be way better than the Pilot Super Sports I had that were pretty bad. We still have the same front tires, so we're that. And then we also have all the suspension. So Steeda springs, shocks, and rear sway bar. So we're gonna see how that performs out here today. We weighed the car. So it weighs 3,600 pounds, 3820 with me in it. About 220, so it's a heavy girl. So now we know 3,600 is our baseline. Just me in it, 2 helmets, and nothing in the trunk at all. I took everything out. So that is what a base Mustang gets to, with some big wheels and tires on there. I am running the 305s in the rear and then the 2 75/40s up front. I'm running the SVE GT350 replica wheels. We're about to go walk the track right now, see what it's like. It looks like it's gonna be a fun course, so we're gonna go walk it. We'll get back to you once we're done with that and the driver meeting starts, and then we get onto the track. All right, we are at the start. So pretty straightforward. This course is a set layout, so they just work within it. So everything's pretty simple when it comes here. So we're gonna start, obviously we're gonna go through the left, and then we're gonna come back all the way down through there. So we'll get up there. So once you're up here, as you can see, it's a hard right-hander, and then it slaloms all the way down. It looks like it's a U2, so you can go on either the left or right side. So if you take a look, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would stay to the left on the first one, so you end on the left going into the right-hander. So now you're at the end. This is the last cone. So I guess it really doesn't matter if you end left or right side, because it's a double gate going to a right-hander. I would still end on the right side, because then when you're coming back through, you already weight transferred to a right-hander, so it would help the car hook up if you ended on the right side. So that's what we're gonna do there. And it looks like we're gonna go all the way around. We're going all the way up here. And you're gonna cut through and then go back towards the tire rack building. Now we come up through here. So you come around, come through, come back out this way. Stay on the outside of both of these cones as you go into the back straight if you want, since we're starting over there. So get through there. Get to the end of the slalom, stay on the outside, come in, go back to the left. This is a gate is kind of spread out if you really think about it. Even though there's corner cones, it's a gate just like that. Come through in, then you take a hard right, and then you cuck it into here. So this is definitely going to be the slowest point of the track for sure. So a lot of time to be made and gained there. Depends on how much momentum you can keep, because that's really going to set you up for the circle. So you're going to come through here and then take basically a 180-degree U-turn. So after you do that, you come through the circle, and then you tuck it around the entire inner circle. So this is gonna be fun. Also, a lot of time's gonna be made here. How hard can you push the car to a left-hander is gonna dictate a lot of your time. So good thing we have the suspension upgrades to mitigate the roll, and we have new tires to handle. This surface is pretty good, especially when it gets a little warm out. As you can see, the sun's out. So once the tires get some heat and get sticky, this should be really fun going through this whole left-hander as fast as the car will take it. But it also means if you push it too long, you're going to lose a lot of time if you wiggle. So we're going to get all the way through the circle. Then as you're coming around the left, they do want you to float out. So that is good to know. Once you get to the middle section of the circle, to start coming outwards, get out towards this side of the track, so you don't have to make a big adjustment going over to the right and then back to the left. You kind of want to be out here already, because as you can see, they want to slow you down quite a bit before the finish. So you're going to carry a lot of speed, get as far right as you can. And then we go through these gates and then take a right towards the finish. So the circle about halfway is going to be a double apex, where you want to start going out wider to stay at the outside for this, and then you click it back in, and then you are done. So that is the track for today. We are going to get through driver's meeting, and then we're going to get on the track. We don't know for group 1 or 2, but we're going to find out when we're running, and then I'll report back. All right, we are now in the car. We work first, so run second, which is my favorite. I mean, sun comes up, track temp comes up, Also means you work, lunch, or you work, run, then lunch, then work, run, then you get to go home, so you don't have to wait for everyone to finish to go home, which is my favorite. So we're going to hopefully get some tire temp and see how everything feels. We're getting up in grid right now. I do have the new side mount, so hopefully I can set that up to where you guys get a good view. No more on the trim. We're going to try the side on this event, so let's see how that works out, and then I'll catch you when I'm in line for the first run. All right, so we're gearing up for round 1 with the new helmet cam. Tires are going to be cold, so we're going to go about 50-60%, and we're doing testing with all the new suspension and rear tires, so this should be fun. And here comes a super sick Corvette. He's going to be super fast today, that's for sure. Should be a fun course. Weather's beautiful. All right, here we go. What a major difference in the car and tire department from the first time we were here. Wow, that was absolutely awesome. That was cold tires, and that's the most grip I think I've ever felt in this car, and the track is super fun. There was 2 of the really quick chicanes that caught up on me pretty fast, but other than that, wow, that was awesome. All right, we're going up for the second run. Have a little bit more heat in the tires, just a little bit. Not gonna get a whole lot. Made a huge difference. We are 3rd in our class right now. That Corvette's gonna be a killer today. So let's see if we can gain a few seconds and stay on the podium. I think we have 7 or 8 and we're in top 3 right now. We are 3rd. Big difference. There's a few things I can tighten up and then we're gonna go. Alrighty, here we go. Let's get it, dude.
Yeah.
Do about the same RPM launch. That was pretty decent. Was definitely faster. So let's see what the time was. That felt really good.
Yeah, it did. It felt faster.
That definitely felt faster. So we got one more. All right, we're going up for our last run of the day. So man, that Corvette comes in fast. So we are now 3rd. 2 of the best guys in the area and their Mustangs are beating me. But if we can hold on to a podium, that would be fantastic. And we're hoping to get into 35s. Right now we are 36.5. The leaders are at 34.5. So they're quite a bit ahead, but that's okay. Let's see what we can do. We're going to launch at 2.5 versus 3 because we can save a tenth or two by not spinning off the line. So we're going to do that. We just have to see what the time was, because that, I don't know, it could have been faster, it could have been slower. I did a few different things. Could have picked up some time, could have not picked up some time.
That one.
So we're gonna see what it did, and I will report back. We are now on to lunch, so I will go over all the times. All right, we are now on lunch. So after that last run, we did go faster. We did go a 10th faster. So that was good. I definitely missed shifting. You guys saw I went and then shift. Maybe that's where the time was. I doubt it, because I couldn't be on power through the whole slalom. So I got to shift in second before we take the first 90-degree right-hander into the first slalom. Tires were heating up. I think that's the main thing. That's why I was able to recover the time. Tires are fucking the biggest difference. I know everyone says it, and I know that, but man, when you really feel what a good set of tires can do, the car acts completely different. Way less body roll now. Having the rear sway bar on full stiffness makes it feel like a rudder. That's awesome. So we can go over the times real quick. My first run was a 38.8. My second run was a 36.7. Then my last run was a 36.6. Now, if we go to the leaderboard, I did get knocked out of the top 3 out of 7 drivers. But the good news is I had a 36.646 to a 36.15. So he's 0.03 off of me. So 0.03. So I mean, blink of an eye. So we can still fight for the top podium for sure. The top 2 guys are in 34s and a 33.9. I don't think I can get that close, but you never know. But we have a few more runs, but we're shooting for podium. That'd be the closest I've ever been. Usually I am 6 to 8 seconds, 10 seconds off the top guys, and now I'm only 2 seconds away, 3 seconds on a really fast guy. So makes a huge difference. So we're gonna have lunch and we got to go work, and then we get to run at least 3 more runs, hopefully 4 more, to get some heat in the tire. The sun's coming out, so everyone's probably gonna get faster. Course is super fun. So I'll catch up with you guys when we're back in the car. All right, so we're doing 5 runs at the end of the day. So 5 runs. This is the first one. We are going to just do one, warm up the tires, get used to the track again, and then we will do, I think we're going to lower the tire pressure 2 pounds all the way around the board. So that is what we're going to do. And here we are for the first run. And I don't know if you guys saw that. That Camaro just went straight into the grass at the end. So that's going to be fun. Hopefully the track isn't too dirty. brakes were cold, tires were definitely cold, but overall felt pretty good. We'll see what the time is even with the cone, and then see how much more we got to improve the second run after we drop some tire PSI. All right, we're going up for the second one. We dropped the tire pressures to 27 all the way around the board. That would have been a 36.4, which would have got us into the top 3, but we did cone. So we are gonna try not to cone and see if we can do any better. So here we go. And I haven't been running traction or stability control or any of that off, the advanced track, but this run I'm gonna do it just to see if it makes a difference. The car has so much grip now, I never needed it, especially on today with the weather and the surface that we're on, but we're gonna go ahead and try and see if there's any difference. So this will be run number 2 out of 5 in the afternoon. Coned right at the beginning, which sucked because that was a really quick run. I wonder what the time is, but we coned, so we got to clean it up, but we're pushing for everything we got. So let's see what that time ended up being. That was a 36.1, but there's definitely a cone. So that was a really fast run, about half a second quicker, but I'm pretty sure I coned. So if we can clean that up, we should be looking pretty good. All right, we're going up for our third run. I did not cone, so 36.1 puts me in third place for the podium. So here we go again. We dropped the tire pressure down to 27 hot because they went up about a PSI. I think we're gonna leave it where it's at. We have traction off again, and we are going to see if we can improve. We really want to keep that podium spot today. So here we go. We'll launch at 2,000 again and then give her what we got. That was a clean run. We got to see what the time is. It felt good.
You definitely hit a cone.
It felt good. Whew. See what it is. All right, we got 2 more runs. I did cone the last one, but we're still in third place by a 1/10. So let's see if we can make it any better on this one. Then we got 1 more. This one I'm going to do it a little bit different. I have stability on, but traction off. We're going to see if that makes any difference. We got to find a little bit of time anywhere we can, so that's what we're going to do. So here we go. like a really good run. We had stability kick in just for a split second. So we got to see what the time is. That felt like a pretty good run. All right, so we were 2/10 slower last run, no cone though. So we're gonna go on the right side of this first chicane and we're gonna see what happens. Right now, I believe I'm still in third, so let's see what we can do. I have all the stability and traction off, and we'll give it a whirl. We'll see what happens. So here we go, last run of the day. Make it or break it, let's do it. I think the car's got a 10th or 2 in it, so let's find out, because that's what we need. A 10th or 2 would be awesome. Can feel the front tires were about done on that one. I think we were at the absolute maximum of grip because it was just starting to push. So let's see what the time was. That's all we can do. Let's see what the time was. Oh, and we lost it. He had a 36.0, we had a 36.1, we ended up in 4th. Well, sometimes this is how it goes. That last run was a 36.19. My fastest was a 36.13. So that's it. We got 4th on the day. I had a great day. Definitely need to get front tires. There's at least half a second to be gained there. And then I'll catch you once we're all loaded up. All right, so we lost it out by a 10th, less than a 10th, and it is what it is. In the last video, as you saw, the front was screaming. Note to self, now we know, check tire pressure. The fronts were almost all the way up to 30 because they got hot. So if they're back down to 27s, 28s where we had them, probably would have had that 10th back. But that's racing, that's how it goes. But car performed phenomenal. Tires are a massive thing. Upgrades were great. Had a great day. The weather was absolutely perfect, about high 60s, nice wind, good sun. Enjoyed racing. Then next weekend we are over at our local one at Liberty Bible Church in Chesterton. So our local one, so we'll be there next Saturday to test it out. Tire pressures are now set for hot, so now we know when they're cold they might be a little iffy, but you got to set them for hot because they're only cold for about 1 run, maybe 2, and then the rest are hot. So we're going to get it loaded up, and I appreciate you guys hanging out. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.